women who reach 40, 50 these days, I mean, they have a completely different take on makeup and beauty. I mean,
and fashion as well.
Fashion as well.
I mean, I have an amazing relationship with my mum, and I picture my mum the age that I am now. And, you know, in your 40s and 50s, you know, 30 odd years ago, 25 years ago, women were packaged more in a sort of middle-aged stereotype, whereas today I almost feel we're younger and spend more time. Well, I think
they're more interested in personal appearance, in the way that they look.
But you see, but what's interesting is my mum always was interested in her personal appearance, and she's in her 80s and she still wants to look good. There is definitely a different. You know what? I think, let me just think about it actually, and then we can come back to it. So what was your question about women today in 40 and 50s?
Yeah, are they sort of different to? Well, I mean, I know the answer to that. They are different. And why are they different to the way that they were, say, 30 years ago, 20, 30 years ago?
Do you know, I think about that a lot, because I picture my mum in her 40s and 50s, the same age as I am now.
Yeah.
And I think women today, my mother always was interested in clothing and looking good, but it was much more defined. It was much more as she would be expected to look. So it's more contained, whereas today I think women in their 40s and 50s are much more independent.
More self-expression,
I think there's more self-expression and more confidence with that. And clothing is much more accessible.
Do you think that with beauty, the beauty brands, perhaps the bigger beauty brands, they haven't quite caught up with that idea, that there are still perhaps stereotypes about older women, that when they get to a certain age that they won't be interested in these products, so therefore they don't spend time?
I don't know though, because they are interested in those products, because anti-aging is one of the biggest areas in beauty, and there's so many products.
But they're not necessarily aiming at the sort of 50, 60-year-olds, are they? I mean,
so the question is, who are they aiming at? If you look at their marketing and their advertising, if they're using models who are in their late 20s, early 30s, then they're not directly targeting that 40, 50, 60-year-old. But those products are aimed at women in their 40s, 50s and 60s. So I still think it's the marketing, communication, and and I wonder if they're playing on making an assumption that women in their late 40s or 50s or 60s want to look younger, want to feel younger, want to be younger, and therefore are going to respond to a gorgeous model who's in her early 30s and think that's going to work.
Without realising that it's sort of an unattainable ideal. Yeah. So Studio10 launched in March this year with Cult Beauty, and that's really not very long at all, and so you've had success with them, and also with QVC and online. What plans do you have from now on in?
We've got so many plans. It's really, really exciting, and I think it's because we just had such an amazing response to the brand, from press to celebrity to bloggers to even internationally we're getting inquiries. And as someone said, at last makeup's become age appropriate. But I think for us, we want to work with retailers that really target that audience in a dynamic way with the education. The education, the teaching, the education is really important to us. So for us, we love QVC. QVC UK, we launch next year with QVC America. We're talking to QVC Italy. Online's a great commerce platform because you can use video.
Is it about connecting with the consumer? Because it seems to be as if your techniques are all about that personal contact, really.
Yeah, and also it's a lot of professional tricks of the trade, techniques, problem solvers and fixes. So you need to be shown how to do it. Distilled into making it very quick and easy. Once you've got the hang of it, it's easy to do. So that teaching education. So we are looking at bricks and mortar, but it's finding the right bricks and mortar environment.
You mean your own shops? Or?
I would love, I have the most amazing concept for our own shop, studio, but anyway, that's probably a big dream. But we are looking at...
the space.
got some great ideas, really. Because, you know, education is such a big part of beauty, full stop. And the thing about makeup or beauty, it's in terms of retail, it's an assisted sell. Women come in with concerns or issues or questions or problems. So for me, having that education, having that consultancy is really, really, that consultation is really important. So for us to move into bricks and mortar, it would have to be the right environment. We're not a self-select, pick up the product and go. It comes with a story, and it comes with technique, and it comes with education, and I'm very passionate about the education side.
Just quickly, give me a few comments that consumers who have come to you with a problem and used your products, how it's transformed them. Can you give any sort of examples of that? And what kind of concerns are the most common concerns that, you know, you're finding that that's what they want to do and they've finally found a product that does it for them? I mean, you're getting that kind of feedback.
We get amazing feedback, and I spend a lot of time with women and real customers talking about the products and using the products and showing them how to use the products. And a few things that women as they age, they suffer with. And what's interesting is they know enough about makeup to use it, so they'll wear a beautiful lipstick or a lovely eyeshadow, but because the structure's not been put in place, it's never going to look fantastic if you haven't got the scaffolding in place. So we take them back and talk about the signs of aging. So enlarged pores is an issue because they increase as you age, and if you put certain makeup on top of enlarged pores, it doesn't look good, and actually is more aging. And I always say this, bad makeup is more aging sometimes than no makeup. And if you put the wrong texture, the wrong finish. So enlarged pores are just showing women how they can use certain things to blur them. Dark circles is a real issue for many women, and that's usually because your skin thins out, so it's much more prevalent. So just teaching them that how to counteract dark circles by using an orange-based colour corrector is more effective than using a concealer, because what happens if you use concealer to cover, you build, and then if it gets cakey or dry, it's really aging. So colour correctors, so we've got a peach colour one which has an orange undertone, counteracts blue and purple, and then a red. We have a colour corrector, a peach colour corrector that has a orange undertone, orange counteracts blue or purple, and then in our same Skin Perfector kit we've got a green colour corrector. Green counteracts red, and red is an issue as you age. You know, broken capillaries, rosacea, hormonal redness, and if you take the red out, you instantly look fresher and younger. And what happens is women will use lots of concealer and foundation, and then as you build, it gets quite cakey. And even just some of the textures around, it's making sure they're really nourishing. So we've got anti-aging ingredients in all of our products. The finish on the skin looks quite dewy. You don't want to go too matte, but then what you don't want to do is go to glossy, how the skin works through makeup. It's amazing. And then also how it wears during the course of the day.
Yeah, which I can imagine is one of the key things with makeup.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's been really a real insight, I think, into what can be done for older women, and what you're doing and what we've seen some other niche brands are doing in other areas such as skincare and hair care. I think, potentially could be game changers for this industry. So
yeah, it is really
interesting.
exciting. And I guess for me it's relevant because I'm at that age and I love makeup and I love beauty and I've been around it, and I was quite frustrated. I could get some really good products across different brands, but the other thing, they weren't in a format. I didn't want hundreds and hundreds of products.
No.
And I just thought, why do I need 5 products? Why can't I have one product that does all the things that I need for me at the age that I am? So it's really exciting.
Okay, well, thank you very much. It's been
Pleasure.
great talking to you.
Yeah, you
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you.